Welcome, fellow traveler and viewer, to Timeless Tarot. We're going to jump right in, skip most of the intro, and we're going to draw from the Light Seers Tarot deck just for the pick a card, and then we'll go back to the traditional deck that this channel uses most of the time for the readings. But we will have 3 cards here to choose from, and each card will represent a pile or a reading. So for reading number 1, we have King of Wands. For reading number 2, we have King of Pentacles. Okay, we got some kings here. And for reading number 3, we have Ace of Cups. Alright, so these are your readings. These are the 3 cards for your readings. I'll give you a moment to choose based on how you resonate with the cards. Please keep in mind you can watch one or all of the readings because the choice to explore is always up to you. Also, please keep in mind that these are broad readings, so if you feel a strong connection to any idea or theme during the reading, bring it along with you on your journey. And if not, let it float on by. Alright, let's begin with reading number 1. Hey, reading number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose King of Wands. Oh, and we have 2 cards just flying out here, so we'll put these to the side. Oh, look at this. Who are these people? Who are these people? We got the King of Wands here, and we have the Magician and the High Priestess. Kind of just saying, hey, we got some things happening here. We got a group here, or perhaps some kind of relationship happening there. We're going to draw 5 cards to begin with. Do you know people who kind of embody the Magician or the High Priestess? Someone who's kind of always seems to get their way. And also someone who's a little mysterious. Someone who, and this could be the same person or 2 different people. Someone who's mysterious, who kind of always seems to know the right answer to something, right? But you can't really know why. You never know like how they do it. They know everything that they do. High Priestess versus the Magician, right? The Magician, the Master Manifester, okay. Currently in the mental and spiritual position, we have defensive posturing. We have Knight of Pentacles, defending your energy. In the past, there was a place and time where you really fit in and felt like you belonged. This came from movement. Perhaps you moved to a new place where you felt like you belonged. But now there's kind of almost like a defensive position. I want to say almost like, have you ever had a situation where someone was a little defensive over friendships? It just popped in my head. This leads to feeling exhausted and having to take a break. Really needing some rest. But then it leads to King of Pentacles. So we have Knight of Pentacles leading into King of Pentacles, King of Wands leading into King of Pentacles. So a sense of ingenuity, charisma, moving, a lot of movement, balance here with the Chariot moving into 3 of Pentacles, like either schooling or work where you really do fit into a group. There's a really good dynamic there where you're really fitting in. And you almost wanted to protect this dynamic. You want to protect this group. You feel almost like, they're your tribe or something like that. There's that strong sense there. But it gets tiring. It gets tiring. And then we meet this element, this energy of really knowing where to place one's energy. So it's kind of like perhaps this defensive posture is one that can kind of wear you out and isn't necessary. It actually leads towards you being more confident within yourself that the energy that you're providing to people or that you're receiving is one of balance and of unity, like really just confidence that it's going in the right place. Things are going in the right place. Things are fitting together nicely. So okay, we got some cards flying out. Let's see what we got here. How many do we have? We have 3. We'll get the last 2 right now. Oh, the family dogs come in to say hi. One moment. Sorry about that. Left the door open and our dog came in to say hi. But I gave him a treat and now he's happy. So let's continue. In the current position, in the physical realm, we have embodying of the masculine energy. We have the Emperor here. Yeah, protective energy like that is very masculine. Wanting to protect your group. Very masculine, like defensive posture in some ways. Interestingly, it came from having a feminine posture. Perhaps the group you were in was rather welcoming and nurturing. Yeah, that seems like you moved into a nurturing position, a territory or a place that was very welcoming, very nurturing, very comfortable, and you fit in really nicely. And now you have this protective nature to this group that you want to be part of or that you are part of. But that defensive posture is not necessary. This is one of a welcoming group where everyone's kind of together. There's no competition to be part of this. Yeah, we're getting more of a joyful energy coming in now. We have the King of Cups. Interesting, we have like almost all the kings here. We have King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. And that leads to kind of like a whimsical, romantic nature to the end of this story here, this progression. We have the Moon. Interestingly, we have almost like an easing out into a more confident, secure position in oneself, allowing you to actually be more at peace and more calm in some ways. This is like a movement from the aggressive nature of masculine to the more gentle, maybe gentle is the wrong word, but the more serene elements of masculinity. But we have the Moon here, which is not really masculine, but we have the sense of like serenity, I want to say, coming in. This movement from the King of Cups into a mindfulness of energy, King of Pentacles. But the King of Cups is certainly a more gentle, more emotionally oriented masculinity. All right. So what else is going on here? We're going to draw 5 more cards to see what's happening in the heart, within, the world within, where we have the mental energy, the spiritual plane, the physical plane, the internal plane. Okay. The subconscious. And speaking of the subconscious, we have the well. So the well is a upspringing, that place where ideas come from, that kind of like eureka moment energy. Coming in when you're being in defensive posture, perhaps realizing you don't have to be so defensive is that inspiration that's coming up right now. In the past, we have this extraordinarily nurturing energy here. We have the Queen of Wands alongside the Empress. Creativity, fitting in with your group, a real like dynamic, I want to say almost like sorority kind of energy here. But it could be, in general, just any sort of group that is very welcoming and brings you on as someone who really belongs. And that came from really thinking through this decision and where you put your time and energy. Okay, so really having thought about being in a comforting place, you move into this nurturing group, which you feel defensive of, you protective over this group. But now you realize you don't have to be so protective. Yeah, you're starting to there's the Death card like into a rebirth card. There's the sense of renewal in how you perceive things, your heart's changing course, where you at one point were very defensive or like hoping or like really focused on this nurturing element and really being part of this, and now you have this like wellspring of emotion and ideas, and that leads to a new emotional state of being, one that is, well, certainly calmer and one of healing, because we have the Star. So the Star, so it's interesting, the death leading to the Star, death leading to healing. Renewal, rebirth really is what's happening here from within, allowing you to kind of look at, with this Moon card. The Moon card's a little different from other decks, but the Moon card is one of like mystery, right? But it's also in this deck one of kind of acceptance of the mystery, and acceptance is part of the serenity that comes next to the King of Cups. So there's this sense that there's this like peace coming in the future. I'm gonna draw one more card. From the new deck I got, the Light Seer Tarot deck. We'll just get like one more clarifying card. Okay. That is the King of Swords. Well, I did say we almost had all the kings here, right? So we have all the kings now. We have the King of Wands, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and King of Cups. So essentially just like really balancing all of the masculine energy with a lot of feminine energy in the past. This is a healing masculine, one where all elements of masculine energy are kind of recombining to reach that kind of calm, all-encompassing, just courage-oriented, charismatic, just not, what's the right word? Like, confidence, just a peaceful nature of the masculine, one where the masculine's in its place and confident. A very stoic approach to situations, rather than being in some ways insecure through defensiveness, through the defensive posture. We're leading more towards sitting in our place, sitting in our being, and being that essence, rather than being fearful of being less than what we want to be or not being fully part of what we want to be. Now we're realizing we are right where we need to be, and that leads to a serene feeling of confidence, a real strong masculine energy here. All right. Plus we have these two figures here, these two energies kind of balancing out this masculine. We still have the Empress as well. I mean, we have the Emperor and the Empress balanced, but we also have High Priestess and the Magician here. So there is, and the Stars. So there is some, and the Queen. So we do have feminine energy throughout here, but it is a very strong masculine presence in this reading. All right, group number 1. This has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and subscribe. Take care. Greetings, group number 2. You chose the King of Pentacles. A very strong, energy-oriented king, one who knows where to put his resources. It's really about resource allocation, resource acceptance, really accepting abundance, but also knowing how to maintain abundance in all realms. This isn't just money. This could be time, effort, attention, emotional energy. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. We had a very masculine reading in the last reading. A lot of masculine energy came out. All the kings was there. So that was kind of fun. All right, but this is your reading. So let's get into what's on the mind. We have a brand new beginning on the mind. We have the Fool, the start, the beginning and end of all the tarot cards, the 0 in the tarot. Before the first card, there is the Fool, the willingness to jump in to the unknown. Preceding that, before that, we had the Devil card. So, the Devil in the past, you are circumventing, you are overcoming those obstacles in the way of you becoming your true self. You're willing to risk and go into the unknown to become someone new because you are already ready to pass through that guardian, that blockage that isn't allowing you to be your fully realized self. And that's the Devil card but it's leading into a renewal, to a very brand new acceptance of a new journey here. Speaking of journeys, we have the Page of Swords. So there was an idea that you brought forth into the world, and that might have been what actually allowed you to overcome this devil and the energy. And you certainly overcame it. It's in the past, and we have this brand new you now. This Fool card, which leads to okay, so we have meditation involved here. There's some meditation involved because we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of choosing gratitude over resentment. Okay, this would be a resentful card in some ways, but this is actually just an opportunity to overcome that. And here we have the reminder of that it is a very wise choice, because we have the 3 cups here. Perhaps the person sitting along this tree doesn't necessarily want just 3 cups, but they're happy and grateful for having those 3 cups. And there is indeed a 4th cup coming along the way they're not even aware of, but they're okay right here, right now. They're at peace because they're practicing gratitude, meditation, and awareness. Okay. This leads to very steady progress and actually being able to be aware of the progress being made, because we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Really seeing those things come to fruition is happening here. This is all in the mental plane. So this is a lot of work being done intellectually, perhaps within groups, perhaps a spiritual journey. This is of the mind, the conscious mind, the conscious collective in many ways. So communication, blue chakra up, basically. Even green chakra. Green chakra up, right? The elements in those regions of the self. Okay, so what's being done that leads to this sense of progress? Clearly being meditative and being patient, but what else? What is being done actively to reach that state? I'm going to draw from the top here. All right. And we'll draw one more. I don't know why. Just want to draw one more. Okay, so currently in the physical realm position, we have a lot of hard work, a lot of life lessons learned, a lot of real just physical exertion being put into this. This could be exercise. Okay, yeah, you really did overcome what was on the mind. The mind was what was tricking you or was trying to trip you up. But you overcame it because you chose to become a new person here. And there's some confidence in the past. Confidence of this idea that you had. It gave you a sense of emotional, it was about emotion and about how you related to other people. Okay. Like this idea that you had. And it's leading to nurturing. It's leading from being kind of almost overly confident, now moving on towards nurturing others and being more focused on the other people around you rather than just yourself. And that allows you the sense of stability that can lead towards growth. It also allows you a moment of rest. You're not thinking about like what you need to get done so much anymore, but how you can help others. That's kind of an interesting transition here, because we've moved from the masculine to the feminine, a more like nurturing state of being. And this could have been from a lot of sleepless nights in the past. You wanted to create an amazing place, and you did find that. You found that beauty. But now you need to become a new person who's going to really build a team, or at least going to build a group where you are nurturing other people just as much as you're nurturing yourself. And that comes from knowing where to put your resources. I mean, this doesn't just mean ignore your needs at all, no. But it does mean, once you've covered your grounds, once you've covered what you need, you can start to really provide to others as well. So what's that do for you internally? Like, how do you feel about this on the inside? We're going to dive into the within realm, the within plane. As within, so without. As above, so below. Basically finding balance. Okay. We have some tradition within. You taking a traditional route when it comes to your internal emotional state of being. A traditional route. Perhaps meditation is in the mind, or prayer. So this is an interesting shock here. There's sun in the physical realm, so there's a lot of good things happening, but the mind is being obstructive, and in the heart there's a shock. But then that leads to you choosing consciously to go on a new journey. Something began in yourself that you weren't even aware of, and it was growing and growing and growing, and now you realize you put in so much work. You'd put in so much work, and you didn't even realize it. Okay? Because we have the Ace of Wands within, diagonally kind of slowly moving towards the Ten of Wands. But it's also aligned with a new beginning. So it's kind of interesting that this was kind of a slow build from the heart that led you to actually have the courage to take the leap into the unknown. And we have the King of Swords. So through rational decision making, this is one of those times where you're going to be making these decisions like really intuitively, but when you look back, you'll realize there was a lot of there's rationality to what you were doing and why you were choosing it. And then it comes to the artist. So your heart has a vision. Your heart has a vision. It needs to take a break. It's kind of one of those moments where, I'm more of a strong emphasis on action over just visualization. But this is the visualizing card. So this is a card of visualizing the future you want. And the vision is coming from within. So this is like just naturally, you close your eyes and you just imagine what it is you want to see, and it just comes to you. It's just this idea that comes to you. And that will give you more of a natural way of knowing where to put your resources and where to grow and put the time in and where to watch things progress. Yeah, this is one of those stories where this is rather dynamic here, a very dynamic past, one where there was a lot where it's almost like your mind was what was getting in your own way, and it was shocking the heart. The heart was like not sure what to do because the mind kept tripping you up. But now you're realizing you want a clean slate. You want to take a more traditional path in the heart, make more traditional, rational choices that leads to the vision that you really want within. One where you really do believe in what you're doing and you're confident in it. One where you're nurturing other people rather than just focusing on being gregarious. The King of Cups is great and is very emotionally mature and is someone who can bring a laugh out in people and bring light in other people through example. But the Queen of Cups is someone who does put the effort into the others, puts the mind of someone else into, like, really thinks about the other person and welcomes them into the fold and allows them to grow their emotional maturity and their emotional state of being and uplift them. So this is uplifting others is going to allow you the more traditional route towards the vision that you want in the future. Okay. Group number 2, this has been your reading. Actually, I'm going to draw one more card. From the new deck I bought. I just got it. So let's take a couple more cards out. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Cool, we got 2. 3. So, let's see. So 10 of Swords. So a real ending here. This was letting go of something in your mind that you really, an idea or a decision that you used to make that you're not doing anymore. You're done with that. You're transcending that and you're becoming someone bigger. Yeah, the 8 of Swords. Okay, so we have a lot of swords here. The decision that you're trapped in this old way of being, no, look, it's just a reflection of the self. This person's looking at a reflection and imagining that they're trapped, but they're not. They're completely free. You can see the figure here is actually free from all the binds. They're looking at a mirror and they think they're trapped, but they're not. They have the ability, the power to free themselves from the old habits, the old cycles they used to be part of. Finally, we have the 9 of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords here. Matching that. Maybe helping other people who can't sleep. Maybe there's someone out there that is probably up right now or up at late at night, and you can just send them a message to say, hey, you can always message me if you can't sleep. If you're up late and they're up late, why not have a conversation, right? Nurture their ability to calm down and allow them to fall asleep, and then you'll fall asleep too. That's kind of the vibe I'm hearing. It's like not just sleep, but I'm seeing these 9 of Swords. Just the sense that, like, if other people are, if 2 people are anxious, they can actually help each other calm each other down rather than make each other more anxious by opening themselves up, being there and present with each other and saying, hey, there is someone here for you. So that's, instead of it being a frequency that continues to vibrate, it can be one where both people look at each other and say, we can calm each other down now because we both are here together. Okay. Group number 2, this has been your reading. Please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you enjoyed it. All right. Take care. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Ace of Cups. So perhaps you're looking for a new emotional start, or you've just experienced one. Ooh, okay. That card wanted to come out. I'll put that here. How are you doing today? Group number 3. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to draw 3 more cards. Okay. And we're going to see what's on the mind. What's on the mind in the spirit? What's being talked about? We have pride. Pride's on the mind. Accomplishment. You really did put a lot of effort into this emotional state of being. We have the Hanged Man. So there was some stagnancy in the past, at least mental stagnancy. Perhaps there was a thought that you were thinking about over and over, and you couldn't really quite tweak it to get to that point where you wanted to, but now you have. You have. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of new starts right now. A lot of fresh sources of energy, sources of emotion. Cleansing emotions too. Communication online, perhaps. A lot of communication online. Long distance relationships. And letting go of something about these long distance relationships. It's kind of interesting. We have the clinging card. The what you hold on to card is what you become card. And then we have that letting go card, the Eight of Cups. So we have the Four of Pentacles leading into the Eight of Cups. So a sense of clinging on to a relationship of some sort, or a path that you thought was the one for you, and now you're finally have accomplished enough to realize it's not where you want to go, and you want to move on. Maybe not just accomplished, you might have reached a point in this situation that made you realize, hey, look, like you did accomplish that, or you did reach a point where this was a good place to be with somebody or with a relationship to work, but now it is time to go a different way, go in a different direction. This could be a project. It doesn't have to be so all-encompassing. These aren't major arcanas except for the Hanged Man. There's a lot of stagnancy in the past, but these are minor arcana cards. So, this could be more like a project that you're working on. It could be a minor thing, not always the big life-changing decisions. Some of these are just, hey, every day, day to day. Perhaps what you were holding on to in a project is not how you want to do it now, and you want to try something different. All sorts of things. Okay. So, tradition. You are being traditional right now. You're thinking about tradition, about good habits, established means of accomplishing certain goals. In the past, we have some sleepless nights. Yeah, the stagnancy, the sleepless nights. You feel like you didn't make a lot of progress in the past. You had committed to something, but it was slow going, that's for sure. But now we've got some interesting friendship, fate-related scenarios. There could be someone coming back in from the past that you're talking to, or a friend that you talk to digitally that you talk to a lot. But yeah, something's going to make you rethink this, and you're going to want to move on from something. There's a need to move on even, because there's some kind of feedback from this group dynamic. Okay, so it could be having had a party that you were at, or it could have been just a fate of relationships that leads you to realizing you need to rethink how you approach something, and you want to leave behind the way you approached it in the past. Okay. Sorry, I keep bumping into the mic here. Ooh, okay. We got two cards flying out. We'll put them here. We have the Fool and the Ten of Wands. So this is like a lot of life lessons learned and a desire to start fresh, to be a new person. This actually, and tradition isn't what you're leaving behind. I would say tradition is what you're kind of moving towards, being a little more traditional in your approach to something. This could be relationships. Perhaps you're going more, I don't know, I want to say like you kind of choose one path with a relationship and you really want to stick to that. Okay. So, how does this make you feel within? How does this make your internal world change or move around? What is transforming within? That's the right way of putting it. Okay. We got a lot of cards coming out here. Currently clarifying the Hierophant and the Eight of Cups, we have... Sorry, Nine of Cups. I knew I said that wrong. Eight of Cups is in the future. We have Nine of Pentacles. So think about where your energy should go. This is one of those things where within, it's more like you feel like a lot of energy is going into places that you're not sure you want it to. So this is an intuitive sense of that nature. You really felt that where you were stagnant was a place of safety. And it probably was a place of comfort, which is why it was a little hard to move on from. And you might not have moved on from it yet, but you're proud of what you've decided to do. Yeah, a lot of hard work in the past. There was commitment to a new way of providing energy or resources for yourself, and it was taking quite a long time. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because it feels very relationship oriented in the future. In the past, it seems way more project oriented. So perhaps this is a movement of priorities. Yeah, we have healing coming in, healing from within. That finally leads to choices, more balance being made. Okay, I mean, I want to say this is a work-life balance story in some ways. You might have approached things towards work and you weren't really thinking about family or friends as much as you want to now. This could also be a relationship situation where you put so much effort into a relationship and finally you're like, no, it's time to move on from this. We're going to see some friends, we're going to heal, and we're going to find balance in this relationship. Doesn't mean you're leaving it, but it could be that we're reestablishing expectations and boundaries. Okay. So this is a movement from having put in so much effort in the wrong direction, or at least in a direction that took a lot longer, and reorienting yourself back to a more traditional, you're going to go with a plan that's been established that works well, and you're going to communicate that. Now, you might still be holding on to an old way of thinking, but you're going to be letting that go in the future. You're going to be letting that go having received feedback. Let's just draw one more card. At least from this deck, and then I'll probably draw one more card after that. Oh, the sun. Well, this is a good story. I mean, this is one that it just takes work. This, I want to say we almost have like, is it 7 of Pentacles? Just the idea of meticulously refining what it is that you're doing. Sorry, I should say 8 of Pentacles. Just refinement. Yeah, refinement of where it is that you put your energy. Because you clearly want to work hard on whatever it is. Here we go. We're just going to put that there. We want to work hard in whatever journey it is we're on, whether it be the relationship we're building with someone else, romantic or otherwise, whether it be our project, if it's financial, or if it's just a self-fulfilling project, something that we want to do, travel perhaps. All of these things are putting in the effort that we want to see the results so quickly. We're not getting them, but then finally we go, hey, you know what might work? Maybe seeing what other people have done and seeing a more traditional path and seeing how that can be incorporated into what it is that we do. Let's refine what we're doing. Let's refine it and make it so that the energy that we put in is one that goes in the right direction. And it's healing and it's balanced. And we're going to be letting go of the stuff that doesn't work out. And we have the sun coming in. So, beautiful reading. Okay. I'm just going to draw one more card from the new deck, the Lightseer Tarot, because I just got it and I want to see what kind of cards come out here. All right. We have the Two of Wands. So I said travel. And we have the Two of Wands. Perhaps travel is something you'd like to do in the future. That yearning to go out. We have the globe here. Perhaps that's like a plan, like a map or transportation. The idea of like learning where to go and how to get there. That's what might be happening in the future for you. Group number 3. This has been your reading. If you liked it, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and like this video. And I'd love to see more of you in the future. So, take care.